Today we're going to talk about one of the most beautiful but also one of the most destructive parts of the Earth, volcanoes. When we talked about the solar system in another video, we said that the names of the planets came from the old Greek and Roman gods. This is actually the same for volcanoes. The name comes from Vulcan, the god of fire in ancient Rome. A volcano is simply a place on the Earth's surface where hot magma, ash and gas come up from inside the Earth and escape to the surface. Magma is rock inside the Earth that's so hot it's become liquid, it's melted or become molten. So magma is molten rock inside the Earth. When this magma gets to the surface, however, we give it a different name, lava. Magma and lava are the same thing. Hot liquid molten rock, but while magma is below ground, lava is above ground. Once the lava is on the surface, it starts to cool down and become solid. Volcanoes are mainly found where two plates are moving away from each other or moving towards each other. When two plates move apart, they leave a space in the middle. This space is filled by magma rising up from inside the Earth. An example of this type of volcano is in Iceland, where the North American plate and the Eurasian plate are moving away from each other. When two plates come together, one plate is pushed under the other. This creates magma, which rises to the surface and becomes a volcano. Examples of this are the volcanoes all around the Pacific Ocean, from South America to Japan. While volcanoes most often happen at plate boundaries, they can also happen in the middle of plates. This happens when hot magma rises up from inside the Earth without needing any plate boundary, and an example of this is Hawaii. Volcanoes are sometimes described in three ways: active, dormant and extinct. This is a measure of how often they erupt, or how likely they are to erupt. If a volcano is currently erupting, or it seems likely to erupt because there are strange earthquakes and gases being released, the volcano is called active. There are about 1,500 active volcanoes in the world, and about 500 million people live close to active volcanoes. Those volcanoes that have not erupted in a long time, but could do in the future, are called dormant. And those volcanoes that scientists think will not erupt again are called extinct. What a volcano looks like is thanks to the type of rock and lava that it has. If the rock moves very easily, flows very easily, the volcano will be very wide and low. These are called shield volcanoes because they look like a shield lying on the ground. They have a slope of about 5 to 10 degrees. Both Hawaii and Iceland are shield volcanoes. If the rock does not flow very easily, however, the volcano will be taller. Some volcanoes are made of layers of lava and ash. These have a slope of about 30 to 35 degrees and are much more dangerous to humans living nearby. Many people live close to volcanoes because the ground around the volcanoes is often very fertile. This is because the volcanic ash gives the ground a lot of good minerals. However, living near a volcano can of course be very dangerous, and it's a big risk. It's still very difficult to predict volcanic eruptions. When they happen, they can cause a lot of damage. The danger for people living near a volcano comes when there finally is a large eruption, and lava and other material is thrown out into the air. There can also be huge amounts of rock and other material flowing down the side of the volcano, destroying anything in its way. Volcanoes can also throw out lots of ash, which in large amounts can cause buildings to fall down because of the weight. This ash can also cause problems for the engines of planes. The ash can even block out the sun, cooling down the temperature of the planet. But volcanoes are not to blame for the damage they cause. They're just a natural part of how the Earth works. They have been around for all the history of the Earth, billions of years before humans evolved. If humans decide to go and live near them, it is the humans that are taking the risk.